Alright, welcome back to the channel. So we're going from the massive Raminator, which is still behind me here. Don't know what order we're going to put the videos in, but we've got the Raminator video and we've got a Hornet video, so we are going to jump right on in before we finish those and get this one done as well. Here, the familiar face of the Tamiya Avante. Absolutely epic model, one I always wanted when I was a kid, but it was just too many pennies, so finally been lucky enough to get one. Sat on my shelf for probably a year and a half and I can't look at it anymore. I've got to use it. So what I've got is my trusty radio link controller. You've all have seen this before on the channel. Got a new receiver on the way for it. Hopefully that'll come later today. And I've got a Hobbywing MAX10 G2 for it. It's the 5400 kV motor. So we're going to go ahead and get that fitted to the Avante. And then we're going to take it out and give it a rip on the beach. I don't want to absolutely destroy it, so I'm going to be doing silly jumps with it and taking it to the moon or whatever, but I do want to enjoy it. It's pointless having these wicked things sat on the shelf, so we're going to get these fitted, get the receiver in, get it to the beach. I just got to show you really quick, guys. This is the MAX10 for the Avante, so it makes you realise quite how big the MAX4 is in this Raminator. Look at the size difference. That is wild. That MAX4 is absolutely enormous. And again, if you compare the ESCs as the MAX10, look. And then you put it next to that MAX4. Look at that. That MAX4 is absolutely enormous. Didn't quite realise how small these 10s were because I've been used to the bigger stuff lately. So we're going to get these fitted and we'll check back in once we're a bit further through. Right, the motor's in, the ESC's in. In my haste of getting excited to getting this running, I've actually forgotten I haven't got a steering servo in here, so I'm going to have a rummage in stock for a steering servo, but so far, so good. Just about fit the ESC in. It's a little bit high with the wires over the top for the body, but you won't really notice that 'cause it's such a wobbly Lexan type body. We can jam that in. So I need to get the steering servo in. All the linkages are all in there. I've just found a bag of steering horns, so we get them in. And then we need to wait for the receiver because Mr. Postman hasn't been yet. We'll stick the receiver probably down here or try and tuck it under the driver. We should be good to go. I've tried to mesh it up, but I'm not sure if I've done it right. I've put the pinion back on the standard one, and that adjuster there is where it was when I took it out. So fingers crossed the mesh should be okay, but there's one way to find that out and that's try it out, isn't it? So we'll get that done. As soon as the receiver comes, we'll get back on it. So that's the Avante all completed. I've put a steering servo in. We've got the new radio link receiver. Just bought a little 4-channel one for this one, so that's tucked under there. Cable tie some of these wires up, I think, but the body shell will hold those on. Got the XT60 there. I have just tried it on a 2S and it sounded pretty smooth, all the gearbox. So I was thinking as long as I accelerate gently, it's not going to destroy the Tamiya butter plastic gears. So hopefully they'll last a few runs and then we can look at some nice upgraded ones potentially. But yeah, it all fits in pretty well, that. ESC wires were a little bit too high on the back for the body, if I'm honest, but we can forgive that because it's going to be a lot better than its normal brushed motor that was in there. So I'm going to try run it first on 2S, and then we're going to get a little 3S pack in there as well just to see what sort of performance it's got. I'm not going to bother with a speed thing on it, a GPS thing. I don't really care on the numbers as long as it's good fun. And it's quicker than it was, that'll be better. Obviously it'll be quicker than it was because it's never been run, so anything's going to be better than sat on the shelf. So we're going to have a good bit of fun with it, hopefully without destroying it, and it'll be a nice good performer with that Hobbywing MAX10 combo. So the next step, get the body back on, get it down the beach. Alright guys, finally time to test out the Tamiya Avante. You have no idea how many years I've wanted one of these down here. This is where I grew up as a kid, my dream RC. So I've had it for a while, as we said before, but we've got a Hobbywing 3S brushless in it, so we're going to take it out. I don't want to destroy it obviously, but we're going to have a bit of fun on the dirt like I used to and I always dreamed of with it. So let's see how it performs. Something already, so back to the workshop, see what the problem Tamiya Avante. What went wrong? I'd driven up and down my street a few times, very, very gently, and it all seemed okay, but the diffs are very, very loose on it. So what I think is happening, as soon as we put it under any load, they're slipping. There is, I can't honestly remember because I did it so long ago, I think there's a ball diff in these that you can tighten up in the middle to squish it together. So I'm going to get it all cleaned off, strip it down, get that diff tightened up. I will have a look if there's any better ones out there. If anyone finds any upgrade, you can comment below and I can find some better parts for it. Really, really want to get this out. It's literally my dream car when I was growing up. We've got the Hobbywing Brushless combo as we've seen earlier in the video, and I think it is absolutely perfect for this car. So we'll get it sorted, we'll get it back out, we'll have another running video soon. I'm not going to destroy it by jumping and flipping it, but I do want to enjoy it on the sand, on the beach and in the dunes. So fingers crossed, we'll tighten these diffs up, it should be okay. If not, whatever we need to get for it, we'll get it ordered, we'll get it fixed, and we'll get this back out for a better running video. Cheers guys.